Good afternoon and welcome. It is time. It's actually early time for the Sentinels Workshop dev stream from Handelabra. I'm John, lead developer, and we're programming mod and Steam Workshop support into Sentinels of the Multiverse. Getting started a little early today because I'm going to be leaving early today. So I figured I didn't want to, have you miss out on any prime development time. So let's get right to it. Today, as we've talked about, getting back to choosing a hero from the box, which we ran into some trouble with. And so I'm going to do a bit of a reset on, not totally reset, but like basically go and set up lower level unit testing for doing this. We were just doing it in the UI, and that went along fine, but ran into some complicated situations that just become like difficult to test, and then you end up, end up having to make changes that I wasn't sure if that would break stuff that I had previously done, and so we need to have unit tests to deal with that sort of thing. That's going to make sure that we can make the changes to make it work right and not break things along the way. Or if we do, we know that we broke them. So what I'm doing is fighting Visual Studio, actually, a bunch. Why we not... Yeah, new instance. I want to have my old mod project open along with the Sentinels engine project, which is the main project we use to make the game. I'm adding a couple of mods into this. And for some reason when I rename a file, Visual Studio is like, where's the file? It's really annoying. Just gotta make sure to never make a file incorrectly named to begin with, I guess. So what I've got is a new mod project, Workshop Test A, another one, Workshop Test B. What I'm going to do is set up basically some basic content in each one, and then we can do some unit tests to make sure that everything is loading right, and then we'll get to the actual stuff we're doing, but we got to get things set up first. So I've got my setup fixture for my mods test namespace. That's going to try to load the mods the same way the UI does, so not even using them as a reference here. Having it actually load the DLL the same way the UI does, in case that, could be a factor in terms of things working in the same way. And I've already set up a basic environment card called the Anyville environment. And I'm making a hero, the Angry Taxpayer. Angry Taxpayer character. What a great guy. We're going to give this a... I'm just going to copy these from ye old migrant coder to get started here. The power doesn't really matter what this does, but I want actually to have it do something that I can test for because of guys. I'm only going to have one card. Power is draw 2 cards. Okay. There you go. Draw 2 cards. Do nothing else. I need a new other card. Of course, pay taxes. And I can still have nothing happen. The Angry Taxpayer gets cards for free. Could make him Angry Taxpayer. Deals himself 1 damage. 1 finance damage. It's not a thing. Psychic damage. I like it. Pain. The terrible pain. That's all he can do is pay taxes and he gets nothing for it. His nemesis. I don't know if it's legacy. Doesn't matter. Let's make that card controller. New class. Card controller. And we need to copy and paste stuff. Like this. Something like this. I think there's a deal damage to self. It says self damage. Is there no other? I guess it's just that. I can look up another card that does that, like external combustion. Oh, it's just like this, because it's fixed targets, so. That's fine. Pay taxes to take psychic damage and gain nothing fits with the worldview of the average angry taxpayer. Exactly. Yeah, this is this doesn't need to be interesting character. It just needs to do something. Doesn't need to even do something. So the only thing that the angry taxpayer can do is draw more cards that make them hurt themselves. But the happy taxpayer is a promo that will be able to help with that. It could be whenever you deal yourself damage, instead you deal each day. It could just like be a jack handle. That's the power. All right, so we've got the deck list and we've got the implementation, so we should be able to added the hero in here. Oh, why is my computer like being herky-jerky? Let's use my CPU. OBS, of course, but not that much. Something weird's going on. I blame Visual Studio being weird. Workshop test a dot angry taxpayer. And let's just make a little helper. Angry. Angry character card. Hit points. These just asserts are making sure that things are loading right. Could not find angry taxpayer in the game. Could not load angry taxpayer deck list. Maybe I need to build that. Yeah. Okay. So actually, because of that, I want to actually add like a dependency so that it builds this, but it doesn't need to reference it. I don't know if I can do that in the settings here, or I might need to actually add a reference for it to do that. Which is like fine. Because also the test server won't know to compile this, and it's like trying to load the DLL. But so I'm actually going to add references into here as well, just to make sure that, so like if I change this, and rerun the test, it should fail, except sometimes Visual Studio's like, I'm not going to recompile your tests on you. Yeah, so that's incorrect, but then I should be able to go back and change this and rerun the test. I want to rebuild this as well. And it's happy. Cool. Okay. Tax cut is the power name. Sure. So, okay. That taxpayer is loading. Let's make the variant. We want this. New class. Character card controller. Bump. We want all this stuff. And we want basically that. We'll rename them. Happy. Oop. And we want in caps and a power. Everyone gets 2 HP. Can this gain many cards? Yeah. Two. Oh, but I want the other version that, yeah, is hero. 2. Cool. That should work. Then in our test we can make one with the variant. Happy taxpayer character. Give them different hit points. 25. And where did we go? Where's our test? Probably need this set up anymore. Or this one. Keep this one at the front. Let's try that. Success. Success. Slightly paranoid that it's just like not building my code sometimes. Because sometimes Visual Studio is like that for some reason. But it seems good. It seems like things are working according to plan. Okay. So we've got a hero, an environment, variant of the hero in the same mod. And let's just keep on the hero as variant of a Sentinels hero, variant of hero in another mod. So I'm going to put those other variants in this other mod. Workshop test B. So we're going to add a folder called deck lists. We're going to grab this promo card list from here and copy it in. And we're gonna, we've always been making promos of bunker. Let's make a promo of something else. Any suggestions? First, I'll make a promo of angry taxpayer. Workshop test a dot angry taxpayer. And what's the promo? Mollified taxpayer. The mollified taxpayer is okay with it. He's not happy though, but he's not angry. Sheepish. Tower text. Nothing even happens. Sure, 33 hit points. It's okay, I guess. Nothing exciting. No suggestions for the Sentinels variant. Let's go with something else that's easy to type. Legacy. Legacy character. Promo identifier is the darkest legacy. What is America's Darkest Legacy? This could go to a dark place. Dark place. It's double increase damage dealt by all targets by 2. It's like super galvanized, but to everything. The darkest timeline is here. I don't know. And they incaps whatever, and then says we have a Baron. We'll put in a villain variant maybe. Yeah, I've got those listed, so we'll update those. But I want to get these 2 variants in the test. So let's add our class is, and right, so we need to make a folder called Legacy. We want to make a folder called Workshop Test A dot Angry Taxpayer. And then in that one, our namespace is that, but without cauldron. And new class. Should just copy and paste my thing. Wow, typing. Fingers off by 1. All right. This, and we need to put our stuff in. It is a hero character. Also, I totally forgot this. I forgot an O. That's okay though. Just gonna copy all this. If I can, what's my keyboard? Keyboard is betraying me here for some reason. What does this character do again? Oh, that's the legacy. Nothing even happens. That's fine. Okay, and so if I rename this folder, oh, come on, nope, it's gonna like turn red. Oh, it didn't this time. It's happy this time. If I rename the folder, it's okay. I don't know. We're going to make our legacy class called Darkest Legacy. And put in the bits that we need. We want all this. Let's grab Legacy's Galvanize and change it. All targets by 2. Cool. Okay. And in caps, I'm not gonna. There's no need to do anything there. There's no need to do any of these actually, really. Except to verify what happens with guys, I guess. So we might change them. Okay, back to our basic test now. Variants from another mod. So we got legacy / workshop test b dot darkest legacy character and workshop test b dot mollified taxpayer character. And 30 hit points for this legacy and 33 for the other one? Sure. Those are different numbers. Legacy's 32 normally, right? All right, it failed. Card definition not found in the legacy deck list for that. I wonder if this helper thing is not, like, uses this thing with the slash. No, it just like is making the promo identifier. Where did we fail? Maybe I should actually call these right. That would be smart. Expected goes first. Actual goes second. Like I did it right there. Oh, did we set the promo card list? Yeah, we didn't do that. So it's not loading the promos. That succeeded. All right. So we're able to get the variants in from another mod that way, both for a core hero and for a mod hero. Bump, bump. And that's, I think, the main project setup as well. So I'm just going to commit what we've got here. Then we'll add the other bits, and then we'll get to, well, we're focusing on the hero test, so we don't need to do the villains really until later. Maybe we can get right into the choosing from the box, because you don't choose villains from the box, but having them in the test would be good as well. So let's just commit all this. Add workshop test projects for unit testing of mods. Cool. Right, so the main thing we want to really test are these things going on with Completionist Guised and Representative of Earth. And yeah, the issue with Completionist Guised is actually loading a game. And that's actually something that I have trouble with, is the save and load doesn't work on my computer. For some reason, the .NET runtime gets an error about the system random not being serializable. So I wonder if I can just like Like, I get this error that doesn't happen, like, it doesn't cause a problem within Unity. It doesn't cause a problem, like, on other people's computers or on, it's probably Windows is fine. So it's for some reason that is not serializable in here. So I wonder actually if I can get around that by because the RNG is just gonna be like annoying if I this RNG is serialized. And I don't know that we can, oh yeah, we can actually pass in one. So what if we pass in one that is serializable? Like this is the class that I have accessible. See, it is marked as serializable. Why is it not? Is it coming from a different assembly? This is MS Core Lib 2, but it's talking about MS Core Lib 4. I don't know how to like deal with that. I mean, this is the test is on .NET 4. The engine is on .NET 3.5. I wonder if I can tell it to. Does this take another? Can I tell it to use a certain randomizer maybe? Just make like a very simple new game with randomizer. Let's just start with this. Let's play around with it. Oh, right. Need to make a game controller as well. Okay, get the same issue. There's this other randomizer that I wonder if we can use that instead. Standard generator. Generator. Yeah, this is it's their own. I don't think they implement the system.random interface. Or subclass it or whatever, basically. Like, what if I make my own serializable class? It's not happy with that because why though? Random is supposed to be serializable. Reference source, what's that? Oh. So here I could have my own. System.random here. Serializable. Why aren't you making it serializable for us? I guess we could use that. I wonder if we can tell it to use a different. Turn that off. It'll probably fail to build now. Yeah. And if I tell it to use a different MS core, maybe not. Can I just do I have to download the whole thing? I mean, it's I don't know what version, doesn't really matter. I just want that one file. I can probably just copy and paste it. It's not very big. I don't need to download 50 megabytes. Oh, we went to another file. All right, let's just copy all this. Because we're already using it, just in a different place. Just gonna make a new file. Random. Yeah, the type random conflicts with the real random. We can just put that in our own place. Method must have a return type. This is probably a newer .NET thing that we don't have. Yeah, it's looking for like min value must be less than max value. Sure. Guess or equal to. I guess we can say, yeah, that's fine. And there was one other one of those, I think. Max value must be greater than or equal to 0. Now if we send in our random class. Oh, right. It's just going to be unhappy about that because it's not the same. But I can't like... Can I just like override it? I won't, it'll be like complain about that, right? We could do throw in new. Or overrides. Maybe I'll just comment them out. Comment them out first. Nope. Why? No. Why? Editor's being laggy, which is caused me to screw up. Show me your next error. Guess I could just make these override. Yeah, it's still unhappy because the parent class is not marked as serializable. Can I like apply that at runtime or something? Can I download a better version of this? I don't generally care about this too much. It's just that it's like actually required for what I'm doing here. I wonder if what I can do is, so undo this commenting. Wonder if I can do, I don't think I can do that. Can I? It's gonna be, I can't convert. Can I change game to use a define here? That would mean I need to put this class actually in the other project. Instead. And then oh yeah, and then it's going to be like, oh, what's all this stuff from .NET 4? It's okay. We can just get rid of that stuff. And we can say if we're on Mac, Visual Studio Mac define. I don't know if there's any like let's just like do this. And then I can say configuration, debug, Mac. Mac OS. And I need to add a configuration up top. Then when I choose this, I should get that. And it'll be like, what type mismatch. Yeah. So then we can't just change this because it has to support previous saved games. This is like only for development on Mac, basically. And there's probably another couple spots. This might be a silly way, but if it makes it work, it's not the silliest. Is this another? That's another thing that's serialized. Okay. Guess this can be literally this line. Kind of ugly, not gonna lie. All right, is that every spot? No, there's a whole bunch more spots. Other things expecting, yeah, there's lots of things that expect, and yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. All right, maybe we just figure another way around it. There's like too many things that take a system.random. And that actually is from the engine common. Oh, yeah, it's a pain in the butt. Sorry, we're not doing that. We're just going to discard all the stuff I just did because that was trash. That's why we use version control. All right, let's just use this instance. So we can go without saving and loading tests for now, and I'll figure that out next time because I don't want to bang my head against that wall anymore. Let's just set up the tests how they should be, and then we'll revisit that maybe. All right, so that was a diversion. Let's test completionist guys, because you know how this works. Guys / completionist guys character. We'll bring in our mod hero. We'll bring in bunker. If we use power on guys, we probably need, we need to update the test support for getting stuff in the box too, so that's going to be a bunch. Right, so the default thing that happens is he picks his own card. So I don't know if we can assert anything from the box. Insert in the box cards. Take a look at how the completionist guys tests are set up. Select from box for next decision. Right, so I think this is assuming the damage will happen first. I don't know why Baron Blade is given as a... Okay, let's just grab this. Replace angry taxpayer with the variant from its own mod. So we're choosing angry character card. Baron Blade isn't part of this. Right, from the box is going to be happy taxpayer character. And this is the thing. The original angry character card. Okay. So I don't think this is going to work because the unit test doesn't know. Yeah, it doesn't know how to find the mod characters. And so that needs to be something that base test needs to know about. Yeah, handle get hero cards in box request. We don't need to change this. We can replace it, basically. I think. Because this is the like default one, we need to like basically copy the logic that the UI is using for this. Just gonna close these other files that we don't need right now. This could be in the, yeah, I don't think in the setup class. This could be virtual. And we just change it in this other class, right? This is some Persian. Yep. Override. And we need to have system.collections.generic. Okay, so this should be using our list here, and then we can update it to support mods. Let's open up this current inbox. Yeah, we call this get available decks. So we need to sort of ape that a little bit. In the test here, because we kind of want to have our own version of this mod manager at the low level for the test, because the test is sort of another view, right? Yeah, and actually at the low level, we can just hard code in the list here because there's no manifest at this point or anything that is using. So let's just make like mod dex, mod hero, like that. Then in each available hero, we also get variants. Actually, I don't know if mod helper loads them. Right, but the other one, yeah, we have the loading with the promo card list, right? And it keeps them in its own cache. see what happens here. I don't think we're going to, because we don't know about the variant yet. I guess we should call start game where our tests are going to do funny things. Right, so it should find his own promo here, right? Why is that not? This is the for other variants from other mods. I don't think there's anything else like. I guess we just. Console.write line. Does that take a string format? Maybe it does. In the box. Checking bunker, guys, Santa guys. So we're not seeing those. That deck is not coming through. That should be using a qualified identifier, right? That's what it uses here. It uses get available decks. Which returns the qualified identifiers. Well, it's just, I mean, we can actually debug into here now because it's not through Unity, so it's easier, but I'm a logger. Yeah, workshopping.angrytaxpayer is there, but it's being filtered off. Right, by the turn taker criteria. So, why is that? Oh, yeah. It's like, why is that listing the same thing? It shouldn't be. It should be listing. Just want to like get this to be outputting what I want and then dig into it. Yeah, bunker and guys. I guess we can like double check that. Our mod character is really there. Yeah. So interesting. It does. Yeah, it's like picking up the name, not the identifier of that. So it is in the game properly. Why is guys not liking it? I mean, we look for the current. This is the first check. The current turn takers where the qualified identifier contains that. Did I like make a typo? Just make sure I'm not missing something here. We should be seeing all of those. Bear and Blade, guys, workshop A.angry taxpayer, bunker, and workshop test A.anyville. Then it looks at all the heroes, including that, and that is returning no. How is that? Makes no sense. Like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Guess I can put a debug log into that. All right. So yeah, we checked basically everything in the list. Including this one. What? Like, I know it's returning false. I just don't understand why. It's got to be something dumb. So like bunker is true. How is this false? Let's just break this out a little. Like, literally, that is what I was printing out. It seems silly to be doing this. I need a bigger screen. Alright, yes, I know, it's an enumerable. Just print it out. Don't make me spell it out for you, computer. Alright. Qualified IDs. Yeah. Bunker is there. Bunker is there. Maybe I shouldn't write workshopping. I knew it was something dumb. Where? What? That even isn't anything. Oh, literally it's this. Okay. I should have named this thing differently. I can't believe how dumb that is. Okay. That's why we copy and paste identifiers and don't type them in. Wow. Okay. Maybe I need another coffee. I should make another coffee. Seems like I need that. Alright, let's clean up some of these silly logs. Alright, we're still getting a problem that says that card didn't move. Let's just take a look at what happens now. So now the allowed heroes includes the hero we want. We get to choose for angry taxpayer. For angry taxpayer, we have angry taxpayer and happy taxpayer. So we don't see the other variant yet. We selected happy taxpayer. And we failed to find the card, though. I wonder if that might need to have a qualification on it. All right, we don't need these logs either now, because maybe just this one. I don't know if this needs to be qualified. No. We sent like... Oh no, it actually did. That did work. Oh, and we didn't tell guys what to do with the select function, I guess. Or was that error from... Oh, there's an error due to looking for the flavor reference. That's funny. So, actually, this message will show up if you don't have any flavor references. So, we need to check to see if cards.any, if there are any, we take one. Why are you complaining about this now? Oh, it's supposed to be a card definition, I think. Why is he using his power more times? Guys, use the power, so it got past that error. Yeah, he sends this message. It's kind of funny, actually. He draws 2 cards, but then he's using his power again. Is there... That's not what... should happen. Make sure this is only being called once. Why? What? Oh. Because I am calling it twice. You know what? I'm going to get another coffee. I'll be right back. Apparently I need that. Let's do a quick BRB while I need coffee. Won't take long. Just make some instant. Because my brain is apparently a fog. I'll be right back. Caffeine acquired, not yet ingested. Okay. So, this should now work because we're not dumb. Success. Using the power draws 2 cards. We can just verify that, like, quick hand check, guys. Quick hand storage, right? Guys, 2. Is that not? Oh, right. That's how you use that. Make sure guys drew 2 cards. Nice. Cool. So that, after ridiculous problems that were my own fault, is working. So replace happy taxpayer with the variant from mod B. So basically this again. Then guy should have 2 cards under his character card. This should be mollified taxpayer character. And that's the same turn taker identifier. So this is going to fail because this doesn't know about those promos yet. Yeah, it's like, what are you doing? Well, null reference, actually. It's not great. Yeah, because it made a card controller. That was nonsense. I think. Or did it? How did it find it? No. Did it find it? It didn't come back in the box, but it chose it anyways, and the engine knew how to pull it up. So, fine, I guess. It's not ideal. I'd like this to show up the right things. We got an error from the variant power for some reason. Probably because you can't just pass null to that. Just be using decision maker instead. Yeah. That should be using that. So maybe it is gonna work, even though it's not listed in the box, because you can tell lies and it works. We still get a null reference. Oh, card source. We want a card source. It's just my code not working. Yeah, so okay. We can assert. Let's just make sure that we got the right variant here. Using the power heals everyone for I guess it should be. Let's just hit bunker. I don't know how. Don't want to worry about how that HP thing works. Quick HP check, minus or 0, right? Bunker should be healed by the power, which I was seeing that happening. I just want to put the test in there for completeness. Right. Here. Yeah. Check him before. He goes down by 2, then he goes up by 2. That would be smart. Order of operations. Oh. Oh, so maybe it didn't find. Oh no, it's because of how guys works, it's actually lower. But we can like double check that. Make sure that's the right card. And maybe I'll type in the right thing. Still haven't had more than a sip of coffee, so don't blame me yet. All right, so that's working. We did have the issue was if we were loading the game, it would fail, which we're not able to test here right now. We can also replace legacy with the variant from mod B. Let's add legacy in here. Choose Legacy's character card, choose Workshop, test B dot. Darkest Legacy, or do we have to put dot legacy dot? I'm not sure. And the deck identifier should be just legacy. We can make sure that legacy goes under guys, and there's 3 cards under guys. Okay. Oh, and that worked great. And we can make sure Legacy's hit points should be at 30. Because that's lower than his regular version. Test successful. All right. So I'm going to commit this. Maybe I'll add. Yeah, this is adding a add check for no cards with flavored text. Add test for completionist guys. Selecting mod heroes from the box. Mod variants. So it's not actually showing it like in the list, but we can still like tell the engine to pick that, and it's like, okay, even though it wasn't in the list. I don't know that we have a thing to assert the choices. I think we do. I don't know if completionist guys tests are doing that. Yeah, you can have this choices, but those have only work with actual cards, not with interesting. So yeah, so we probably want to have that pick up the, like right now we're just picking up the promo card definitions there. We also want to get the mod ones. And we can just like define them here again, I think. I mean, doing that doesn't really mean anything though, right? Like that doesn't actually test anything if we're just like saying, hey, look, the thing we put in a static array. That's stuff that like I don't think you can get in the unit test. So let's go with that. So what I want to do is make this be able to do save and load. Basically, all it does is it saves the game and then loads it to make sure that the game stays the same. But on my computer, this is not working. But we can have it run in another environment with that. We have our test environment. So I'm going to save and load tests. I'm going to put that off still, I think, and complete, like get the rest of these in, and then we'll check the saving and loading probably next time. Or I need to like research into how can I fix this issue that my computer is having that's like really annoying actually in general, because a lot of our unit tests don't work properly on my computer, and like if I run all these tests, a bunch will fail, or they mark as inconclusive because the loading doesn't work. But maybe I can figure that out. Okay, so that was completionist guys. Those are the situations, right? Variant of its own mod, variant from a different mod, and variant of a core game hero from a mod. Then we want to cover representative Earth. We were having an issue here that doesn't have to do with saving and loading. So, and we were stuck on that. So let's go with representative Earth next. Okay. So maybe we'll, probably don't need this to be happening. Make a new test with representative of Earth. And the environment is going to be the Celestial Tribunal. Okay, and then we'll play card. So, the basic test should just like happen, and we'll add in choosing a character in a second. Just want to make sure I didn't mess up the initial part. We don't even need completionist guys, but it doesn't hurt to have them. There's also an interaction between them that is a thing. show me the test. There we go. Yeah, so it just like chooses absolute zero. Just chooses whatever the first thing is. We can see that in the box, we are getting the choices. We're not seeing the legacy choice. Again, because I don't think Mod Helper has a promo cache. Is there a... We could probably add a method to just be like, get me to get this. But yeah, I think it's handled at a higher level, right? So I think we just like specify what we want in the test, and it will still work as long as the card isn't checking the list. I don't think it is. It lets you. It should say instructions. Anything else say instructions in the? Let's just fix that. I like having words spelled right. Yeah, so let's do the same. Bring in the variant of your taxpayer from its own mod. So we want to select from box for next decision. And I'm sure the representative Earth test has useful stuff. Look at all these representative Earth tests. So many. Right, so that we'll just copy this because it's going to be convenient. The rep is going to be these things. We don't need to like check all these things. We just need to make sure that he's there and it worked right. This. Just get card. Look for identifier, not qualified identifier. So this. Okay. That should be. We just basically need to make sure that the card comes into play. Oh, it's doing the thing where it won't update the test. I hate it when it does that. All right, we can also just comment out this in the box thing too. Tried to get card by identifier, but couldn't. Well, it is finding it. Maybe that does. That should be right. Oh, I guess since it's actually looking for identifier. Promo identifier. Promo card has the same identifier as the base card. And except, yeah, since it's a variant of the card in play, dot next to, right? Let's make sure that this is the right card. This way. Like that. Also, freaking... obey me. Just let me click rerun, not have to rebuild manually. Cool. Happy Taxpayer is in play. Destroy the Earth. Bring in... what's the next case? I guess having a mod character to begin with. So don't have that there at all. So first thing is destroy the Earth is the last thing we always do. Okay. That's pretty basic. Feels better with coffee. Oh, I thought I pasted that there. Are you going to be happy now? No. It was literally just working. I don't know what's the trick. I don't know why it does that. I should report it, but it's weird because it's always happened. So we bring in the mod character variant, mod variant of a regular deck. Okay. I guess here we went with that, but we can just do the reordering. That's fine. Bring in the variant of Legacy from a mod. So we want to bring Legacy. I guess it's like literally this line. And this should be the Darkest Legacy character. And this is what wasn't working in the UI one, so it did work though. Not working, can't find card definition on load. That might be because, well, it's working here. It did find the card definition, and everything is showing up right there. So that's good. And let's finally add the from another mod. This is, let's just copy it from the guys one. There, and this is here. yeah, modified taxpayer working out. Okay, so those are working. Again, save and load pending. Add tests for mods with representative of Earth. And now we can do Oblivion, which we actually haven't done in the UI yet. But seems like a fine time to start. Test Oblivion. We have Oblivion. 3 heroes. Sure, why not in the Tribunal? Then we'll see how those tests are set up. We actually need to provide more environments here or it won't work, I don't think. Yeah. That's just like... our Oblivion setup code is not enough. Oblivion is its own thing. Yeah, I guess we can just choose some environments that are typical. Need one more. Rook City. I think that's enough to set up Oblivion. Oblivion, 3 heroes, and 5 environments. Oh, I'm running the Oblivion tests. Well, they worked, so good job. All right. Went to Oblivion's before start page stage. So we need to in-cap all the heroes. Go to after end of turn. I guess we'll go to the end of turn. Process whatever processes, and then here's where we have our decisions. And it's not going to... Oh, that's so annoying. I don't know why it does that. It's just like why do you give me that extra little step? All right. When do we get the decisions? Do those come up from the UI? Let's pick regular guys. And I can't rerun the test either when I do a build all. How do the tests work with replacing heroes? Gap Legacy. Oh, we have to call run active turn phase. Okay. Oh, yeah, I don't actually want that. Test. I was just looking at it. Yeah, now we're choosing heroes. Okay. Cool. I guess Oblivion doesn't like play a card and stuff, so we don't need to kill all the heroes. We could just kill guys. Sorry, guys. So let's bring in a mod character. This. And what does this thing check? Let's just sort of copy this over. This probably is looking not at qualified identifiers. Guys should not be in the game. Right. Let's see. This might not work because Oblivion haven't changed those criteria yet. Let's just make the shield the primary objective. The Ceaseless Rune is the worst shield. It plays environment cards and makes weird stuff happen. Yeah, I'm gonna uncomment this because I want to see what card it's listing. Here. Build error. Oh. Fine. We do see in the box Angry Taxpayer character. Start turn taker in game. I guess this needs to have the full thing. are getting this issue of the HP here. He's supposed to have 41 hit points, so let's make sure that's right. See, I know it's not building. It's trying to trick me. How about we actually say what this is? Turn taker. Should be in the game, but it is not. Should not be in the game. It is. Look at that. A more useful assertion. And too many characters. That should be in the game, but it is not. So something is working here, but not everything is working here. We are seeing those showing up as in the box. So let's go to the Oblivion code. Select from box decision. Where is Oblivion doing that? Place 0. Nope. That's guys. I don't think it's on Oblivion's character card. Is it on the turn taker controller? I guess it's in the after end of turn. Right. It's, yeah, here, select from box, okay. So this should definitely be qualified identifier. Does card prevent selection of character? This needs to be qualified. This might not work right with variants of other heroes, because because it's only looking at the definitions of that within that deck. It's not considering that there might be other ones. Okay. We can look at that case later. Just looking for the basic function here. So he's .any. Replace turn taker. Yeah, I wonder if the replace turn taker thing might not know how to deal with mods very well. So new turn taker identifier, new promo identifier are just strings that come in. So maybe we'll do this and log it out and see what it's doing. Wonder if I've changed Sentinel's engine. It's only if I change my test code that it won't rebuild. Maybe not. Calling replace turn taker, workshop test a dot angry text bear to workshop. Right, that's the. I guess that's basically. With character. That's the turn taker identifier, that's the character identifier. Then we're saying we're getting a warning here, so we're going to see what's going on there. I don't think we need this in the box log happening. So we can, I think we can debug into this now. Find where that warning is coming up. But actually debugging into this with all the coroutine stuff is not also super easy. Because we have to like, it doesn't actually go in like a regular method call. But we can like go into here. These might need to be qualified too. Create the new turn taker and replace the old one with them. Where's my output? I want to know. I guess I can like break on where that warning is. Why? I like to copy and paste. Here in get card definitions considering promo identifier. Problem is when you turn this log on, then when you break here, that breaks too soon. Sometimes logging is easier, but so how is, okay, so because this is coming in fully qualified, it's not finding that. Well, it starts with, what is this? Where is this? Yeah, okay. Where's this being called from? I guess if we break on the warning, we can see where we came from, actually. Right. So we're being called. The deck definition, it is complete. It's loading, it's correct. So I guess this method is not expecting you to pass in a promo identifier when you actually want the non-promo, I think. Oh, right. Okay, it's actually a warning, and it's not a big warning, and actually we can... And... from identifier or identifier. Like basically, if it's already listed in there, then it's fine. So I think that's just a spurious warning. And that's throwing us off track. So we'll say we're not going to warn about it if it's like that. All right, so that got rid of the warning. And then we asked to switch battle zones. That's fine. But then it's saying that turn taker is not in the game. Maybe we can log out what all the turn takers are. Something is wrong there. Like that should be true. Like if it could be an issue with this assert, but if I put it up here, and run that test. Okay, I still get. So it's something wrong with that. Let's see. That assert is doing something wrong, so I think we need to fix that. Maybe everything's fine. Oh, because it's the turn taker identifier. No character. Need more? Do I need more coffee? Maybe need a weekend. So now this, I think, is not checking qualified identifier, and it ought to be. Will you compile? If I click this, it won't. What if I click this? It won't. What if I quit and restart? Will you then behave? Because that would be nice to just click play and not have to go click build every freaking time. We should send it a bug report. Dude. Well, built there. Success. Oblivion. Failed. Because it's looking for raw. Because I probably copied and pasted something. Yeah. In angry taxpayers play area, guy's character should be there. And if I click it, will it rebuild? It built. I just gotta quit and restart, I guess. Cool. So now we have angry taxpayer in the game. And if we quick hand check angry, Use power, angry, quick hand, storage, quick hand check 2. Make sure the power works. Rerun. It's building. Oh my goodness. Okay. Just small things. It's the small things. Draws pay taxes. Draws pay taxes. That's the only thing he can turn it to draw. He's so angry. All right. So Oblivion. It's sort of the same cases. Choosing a hero from the box. Can bring in Legacies variant from a mod. So go to end of turn, angry, destroy card, legacy, or say the next player, which is Bunker. Then this as well. Workshop test B. What did I say about not copying and not typing stuff in, but copy and paste it? Remember that? Okay, so then after that, Bunker's player is now playing Darkest Legacy. And this should still be Legacy as the turn taker. Right, we need to grab the Bunker character card before this. Bunker characters and Legacy's play area. Bunker is flipped. Don't care about the cards in hand. Bunker's character is owned by Legacy, and Legacy should have 30 hit points. Okay. All green. Bunker is destroyed. We make the decision. We choose Workshop Test B, Darkest Legacy character. Yeah. Success. Okay. So, bring in angry mod variant. So the next one, Tachyon. This is going to be the happy taxpayer. And I don't think we need to check the characters doing their things. We can just check to make sure that the right card came in. Angry taxpayer. All right, we have to actually destroy the other version. We can't have two of the same. So that should still be in the game. But it should have the right hit points, which is 25? 25. Let's try that. Angry taxpayers replaced with happy taxpayer. Seems correct. And then let's add another hero. Mr. Fixer. We'll just bring in Angry's variant from mod B. Mollified. And $33 hit points. All right, that seems to be good. I did notice when we're looking in the codes, there's probably stuff that isn't going to work right. Having to do with like making sure what's available to be chosen. But I don't know. Yeah, well, let's commit this and let's look back at that stuff. So we did have to make a couple changes to qualified identifiers or what's not there. This is just some optimization. We have a log. We can where'd our debug log go? This. Okay. Add tests for Oblivion with mods. So the nice thing about setting up these tests is that if we make some changes that break stuff, they'll start to fail. So we can find out if the changes we made are bad. So yeah, so back to where the Oblivion stuff was happening. This here is the identifier criteria saying, like, is this specific card allowed or not? If the promo is already in use, or if someone is using that hero's deck. Actually, I think this might be okay not being qualified. I'm not exactly sure what context this is being called in. if there are any cards where that card is a character and this method passed with the identifier he passed in and that card. So C is just any card in the game, and S is a card we're considering bringing into the game. So if this card that's in the game is the same and it's not listed in the box, we're not allowed to, because it's already in play, basically. Right, and this is if the card in play if any of the cards or promo cards are the same, so that actually won't catch things, right? Because actually it might, because the parent deck of the mod variants is going to be the real parent deck. But then this identifier could be a mod variant, right? And it'll be like, nope, doesn't match. Like, that'll be fine. So actually we can test for that, I think. And we can, so what we might actually have to in here, like set up this to return the variants as well in the list. So I'm going to add just a new test here that's focused on that. Test Oblivion variant, mod variant of core hero. So basically, if we come in here, we need to say start with legacy in the game. We should not be allowed to bring in Darkest Legacy. Can I do like assert in the box? But that's just takes, that's like using the in the box. It's not exactly the same, right? Yeah, don't care about that. So yeah, let's just have this little thing here. I just want to run this test. Right, so destroy card, guys. I want to make sure that we're listing the available variants, but it's not allowing us to show them. So, and this is basically manifest properties. Dictionary of string mod promos, right? Legacy, Darkest Legacy character, but it's workshop test B dot Darkest Legacy character. Right, oh, you have to go new dictionary. You do this. And then there's also a mod here. Whoa. Okay, so then in here, I want to call mod helper dot get promo definition. Yeah. And I'm just going to go to list. If mod promos contains key return taker. This should be like a list of strings after, but that's fine. But we only have one. We don't need multiple for our tests. We can modify this later if we need. Mod promo, mod helper. Get promo definition. Hero turn taker and mod promos. Hero turn taker. Card defs. Add mod promo. So now the other ones should show up in here, and we can like actually the identifier criteria should prevent it, the legacy one, from showing up, because legacy's in the game. He shouldn't be allowed to be there, but we should see the mollified taxpayer character if it's going correct. Yeah, so mollified taxpayer character is correct, and it's going to show darkest legacy probably. Where's legacy? Oh, it's, I think it's correctly. Yeah, because, well, can we see? It's hard to see sometimes in this if something's there. Okay, so legacy isn't there because the turn taker isn't there, so that's correct. So why is that? I'm just curious why this other code is here. If that deck has an active character card in play, it cannot be used. Maybe this is just like an extra check that, like, it doesn't even get to that point because it doesn't allow the hero turn taker to begin with, right? So if I run like one of these, we should see that legacy one show up. I mean, that just shows up. It's not like, it does find the definition at least, right? If we run this one, we get darkest legacy in the box. Yeah. So maybe that just seems like maybe it wouldn't work, but I feel like this is already prevented by the turn taker check. Because the turn taker check here is already blocking that. So I think it's just double careful check, which isn't actually going to be necessary. Cool. So that seems to be good. Yeah, so add promos to list of choices from the box. Test. Okay, so that seems to be good, but of course the saving and loading is the thing. So what we can do, I don't know if I want to like try to, what I'm going to do is like, I'm going to go to our, we have a integration server. So I'm going to push this code up as it is. I'm just going to open this other page on my other screen for a second to make sure it's not doing something, showing something that it shouldn't, but I think it's okay. So this is our test server. So I push that up so it's going to notice in a second and run those tests. And then I can push up with the save and load, and the test will work on the continuous integration server. They just don't work on my end. Just gonna put save and loads into each of these, and we'll see. Yeah, I guess this test doesn't actually do anything now. Yeah, so now it's running Sentinels tests. Well, getting there. And then we can commit this and see if those tests pass on the server there. Or actually, I don't know if my tests are going to pass to begin with, because I do add new projects and hopefully the dependency stuff works. We'll see if the build works. So I guess what we did today sort of was set up these tests. Nothing, I don't think we actually ended up changing anything yet because we haven't run into that issue. Maybe this was just the warning. I thought this, maybe, well, I don't know if this was not working or what. We'll have to try that out in the UI again. I guess we could do that while we're waiting for this. Oh, I know we're showing Spirit Island unit test, but actually we want to be on Sentinels unit test. It's still waiting for 1Q to build. Yeah. Right, so that's running now. You'll see test failures here. That's because there's still some flaky tests where like it does a build every day, and some tests fail because of randomness, and we need to fix those, and we just haven't. But you see sometimes they all pass, sometimes one or two fail, and that's because of some flakiness. When you have 3,000 tests, that tends to happen a little bit. All right, so we'll find out if this compiles pretty quickly. So I'm going to build the engine for the UI. And we can check in this representative of Earth item here. So yeah, choosing a mod variant of a regular deck. We have our wayward bunker or whatever, right? Like that was the setup there. One test failed. Is it? Yeah, applied numerology. It even shows it's flaky. Be nice to have no flaky tests, but you gotta prioritize, right? Let's open Sentinels. All right. So Civil Tribunal, start phase. Seems fine. This might have been sort of where we were. I don't remember. And it's gonna play music. Choose bunker. Wayward bunker. That's the graphic we picked for Wayward bunker, just to make it confusing. That shows up. Okay. Actually, I think it's fine. We were seeing the warning, I think, and I was confused about that. And that was actually what we fixed. I was probably brain dead, right? Like. And I'm just going to do an undo. Make sure that which loads the file. And right, when we load, we get the error. Right, that's what it says. Can't find card definition on load. So there you go. We get it's looking in Bunker's deck list for the promo card. It's not getting it from mods for some reason, even though we just had it. And I think that might have to do with those properties that are being saved, maybe. Right. So what I want to do is, like, I want to deal with these issues in the unit test, but then I can't do saving and loading in the unit test. It's grinding my gears. What's the solution? I guess, like, I could work on this in like a Windows environment. That's one way to do it. I could try changing the .NET version or something. Like, what if we change this to .NET 4.5 instead of 4.0? That would be, if that was it, that would be nice. Yeah, failed to serialize. MS Core Lib version 4. Why don't you have MS Core Lib version better? Version not 4. Can I tell you to use a different MS Core? Can I tell you, what if I tell you to be like version latest 4.8? Nope. Why? Why is it? Right, so we're getting errors. Actually, lots of tests failed. File does not exist. This might be we need to change. We need to maybe not use the file loading and just use the class-based assembly load. Which is probably honestly fine. Because this project is probably not. I mean, it's just trying to build that, but I think it's probably not realizing that it needs to build the other thing, or maybe it's on the wrong path. That could be the case. How can I look at the? We don't actually save the artifacts. I don't know if we can like see MS build. Open that up. References. The work reference project does not exist. I mean, it exists. What do you mean it doesn't exist? It's was the CS proj not? Oh. The CS projects were not put in? Did it make an ignore file for the CS proj? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it totally did not. Oh, because this is a Unity thing. Why is that? That's so weird that that's been there for so long. Those things should definitely be not ignored. Okay. That would be a thing. Add missing project files. Then it should be able to build that. We're still in the situation where I hate this. Someone tell me the answer to this. this is where I was before. In .NET Core, it's not marked as serializable. I mean, the reason why we serialize it is because initializing it with the same one didn't work. We had issues with that in the past. Right, so we could, this is like, write a custom serializer and insert it into the class. That is a thing that you could do. Is this? Oh, someone was like, I found the version of random that's not serializable. It was consciously removed. But it still works in Unity, and it still works in other, like, I don't know how it works on other systems, because they use a different .NET Core, I guess, than this version. I just want to use the version that works. That's what I want. Yeah, I mean, changing that .NET version didn't do anything, so I'm gonna revert these things. How's our build going? In progress. Yeah. Can I get, like... The other people, like, they don't get an exception. And I get why that isn't... Xamarin... I guess it's not Xamarin. Visual Studio Mac MS Core Lib. Can I tell it to use a different version? maybe. System.core system version 4. Let me pick a different one. I can't drop this down to 3.5 because we're using any version that doesn't support that. It's just so weird that it's fine on here and it's not on there. I can always like slowly iterate by doing that, but the whole point of this was to not have to do that, and I probably should have realized that. So I guess setting up a Windows environment. I have a Windows virtual machine that I can set up Visual Studio on. That is probably the way to go. I think it actually might have Visual Studio on it already. We'll see. Windows on a Mac, or even a Linux VM with mono might be okay. Welcome. It's going to be like, you have updates. I don't think I've launched this for a couple of months. Just a moment. I wish this would just do what I want. Your device needs to finish setting up. I don't want that. Don't remind me in ever. Thanks, bye. Oh my goodness, so many pop-ups. Yes. Go away. Windows is always just like, I got something to tell you. Why can I close this? I don't know that I have Visual Studio on here. Yeah, so I think I need to install that. We'll do that while we're doing something else. Do I want Visual Studio Code? Do I want other Visual Studio? Is this different than what I have? Visual Studio for Mac. Maybe I could try this Visual Studio Code on Mac. Is that a thing? I mean, that's quicker than doing it in Windows. I'll allow it. guess it did try to start downloading .NET. VS Code for Darwin. All right, let's try it. Let's quit the old one. Can I open like a project? What are these icons that have no labels? Close. Open file. Is this literally just an editor, I guess? Let's see. Can I open a solution? Okay. In a text editor. What are the recommended extensions? C#. Okay. Is that installed? I guess so. So now how do I open a... Oh, it's downloading something else. How did it note that this file was to be opened? It's weird. Get the .NET Core. For Mac. Okay. It is 5.0. All .NET downloads. .NET Core 2. Just installing stuff. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, back to our editor. Can we... Oh, I see it. Notice that there's a change in Git. That's why. This is a weird editor. How do we... I did get the .NET Core. How do I install the .NET Core on this? Can I tell you where the .NET Core is? So I can go to a new type .NET. Ooh. What's in my temp folder? Whatever. .NET new console. .NET run. Hello world. Okay. How do I edit it? Start Visual Studio Code. Okay, maybe I don't need Windows right now. You can go away. Start Visual Studio Code. Open the folder. Required assets to build and debug. Add them. Okay. I have to run it from the command line. Debug it using Visual Studio Code. Ah, this button. Go. Okay, it ran. Warning, you may only use it to do the thing you're doing. Okay, so now if we open our actual thing, some projects have trouble loading. What's your trouble? Reference assemblies for .NET 3.5 were not found. Download the developer pack. We're getting there, maybe. We need the 3.5. Could I not get that? Is there not a 3.5 one? Show me your olders. .NET 3.5 developer pack. These are like Windows things. 3.5. That's EXE. Yeah, I know we're on old .NET. Just like deal with it. All right, maybe we do have to go to Windows. This seems to be targeted to the new hotness only. How's this going? Is it still going? It actually passed all of the mod ones now. Yeah. So add, save, and load calls to tests. Now we'll see who's broken. I guess we're running Windows and installing Visual Studio. Yeah, I downloaded .NET Framework 5 Ninja Monkey, but Sentinels was made a lot older ago. It was made when Unity was on .NET 3.5, or actually earlier than that, and we moved it up, but it hasn't been moved up to .NET 4. And Visual Studio ID. Let me download you. I don't know. Which one do I want? Community? Professional? Am I professional? I'm doing .NET desktop development. Well, yeah. .NET Core cross-platform development. Docker, blah, blah, blah. No. This is probably the closest thing. Oh my god. I'll download professional. That seems reasonable. They're probably all the same thing. We need to set up a few things. Yeah, I think it's all the same. Maybe not. Protect your cherished pictures. Go away. I don't have anything cherished on this virtual machine of Windows. I do not cherish it. I want it to do one thing. Run my unit tests. Not going to get to them today, probably, because I have to leave in about half an hour. I wonder if... I'm just thinking of another thing. If we could point the... If we could use the, like, using random equals whatever in different places in the engine, that might do it. Back to my previous weird idea. Oh my gosh, I guess I'm clicking this. I don't need blend. I don't need entity framework or profiling. Debugger, sure. Live share, model builder, nope. Yeah, I need those things. I don't need Visual Basic, but I guess they're coming. Maybe I can turn that off. Don't actually need .NET 5, but 3.5, yes. guess it's Visual Basic. Comes with. F sharp? Nope. Okay, fine. I guess I can install other things if I need to. But that takes up a little less space. So much C++. All right, that's going to download forever. Let's try this other idea I just had of getting that. Remember we found the source code for... I guess the problem is that engine common also uses it. Let's just try doing this again, but a little differently. Where's my source code for this? No, that was the one that didn't work. This one. We had to like comment out some lines or whatever, but that was fine. Like, I don't care about your validations right now. Yes, and our class is going to be called this. Okay. Squash. So I was thinking of up here doing using random equals sir random. And I think that's going to work except for the places where it's trying to call. It's trying to pass in to the shuffle method, or this actually specifically says it's system.random, so that doesn't have to be. But then we'd have to say up in here also add the using. I think we end up stuck on these calls to take random and the calls to shuffle. That accept a system.random. So that is problematic. What if we just don't serialize it? And that's fine for my purposes, right? That's big brain thinking. Non-serialized. And the other one too. Oh my god. You can't put that on a property. Is that gonna get me? Let's go run our test. Yeah, still doesn't like it, but I bet it's because of this one. This one only literally used here. If we just don't populate it, then it won't worry about it. Won't worry about deserializing it when it's null. Maybe we just comment it out entirely. I don't think anything cares about this besides this. Yeah, that's there for replaying, I guess. Hey, we got an error instead of the serialization issue. Okay, so actually we have a path forward here, which is to not include those things in my Mac build, which is still probably going to make a bunch of tests fail because the randomizer. Well, I don't actually probably think most of the tests care about that. And now we have Visual Studio. Just like downloading a million things still. I figured it out, maybe. So let's make our config here again. Copy this to debug Mac. And I don't think, yeah, the only place that it matters is Sentinels engine. So I don't make configuration items for everything. Mac and then Mac OS. Set up the mapping. Oh, did it? Didn't save it somehow. I probably pressed cancel. Sentinels engine, debug Mac, okay. And then we put in a hashtag if not Mac OS. We can choose debug Mac. That goes away. We don't need to comment stuff out. And then we need to, this needs to still exist, but we just say it's not serialized. on Mac OS. Oops. And base test. Yeah, so if oh yeah, this one needs a config as well. Unit test, configurations, copy, debug Mac. And then project or solution as well. Okay. Cool. And I think this can be discarded. And that is just the changes here. Some like white spacing changed. And this can be removed. So here actually will this just run most of the tests now. Maybe not the replay ones. Oh, is there somewhere else where we use program.cs? Okay, everything wants to use it. Okay. Copy, debug Mac, -Mac. And up here, guess I should have did the thing that it suggested. All right. Fan's going wild with Visual Studio. Let's run that. Yeah, and we got the failures. That we saw locally too. Couldn't find the class, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So we didn't see the error here with System Tribunal though, so that's interesting. Yeah, so we're still getting exceptions loading game, because there's some games that are like, they're going to try to load it, and then there's some tests that have save files already, and so they'll try to load and be like, oh, that field isn't there. I can't load this game. But it's actually working better in general. I'll be right back. This is running. Test save RNG. Well, yeah, that's gonna not work. Clearly, it's expected that that wouldn't work for me. And then probably these other tests have to do with like the same kind of thing. Here's my tests with the mods, but actually there'd be a lot more failed tests or like inconclusive tests before. Yeah, the replaying is gonna fail, things like that. That's okay. Completionist Guys is failing with not finding a class. Oblivion is failing with game states not being correct. It's not loading into the right variant, it looks like. So interesting. So I think this is actually a path forward for me to work locally a little more quickly than setting up Visual Studio here. I might continue on that if I need to, but so we can close this for now and come back to that if we need to. But while I was installing Visual Studio, I figured out a way that I didn't need to install Visual Studio, or at least not totally. So that's cool. I don't generally need to like run all the tests and make sure they all pass or anything like that. So, I mean, I do want to, but that's what our server does, and it doesn't have that same problem. So we can focus in on our mod test here and make sure that that works how we want. So I'm just going to make some comments here that says, talks about this workaround for developing on Mac where system.random is marked as is not marked as serializable. And I'll note that here as well. Cool. And that makes me happier. So let's make sure what we changed here was just doing that, adding those configs, adding that little workaround. Yeah, add config and macOS compiler definition to make save and load testing feasible on Mac. And my test will still be failing, but I can now iterate on them locally, which is great. But that's probably going to be about it for today. Let's see. Where's our Trello board gone? Oh, still here. I made a new window. Yeah, so the unit testing is in, and we can work on getting that saving and loading. This is kind of like all the stuff we're doing today was like building up to be able to fix these issues in a faster way, and in a way that will be, continue to be tested automatically going forward. So sometimes you need to step back and build some infrastructure like that. So that is, I think, about all I'm going to get to today. I'm not actually going to get into fixing that stuff, but I'm set up for next time to be actually able to do it. So things are looking good on that front. Documentation is still going along, and other items we'll get to, but yeah, basically this is the main last piece of like actual functionality in terms of engine behavior that we need to sort out before we can say that we're at least happy with that alpha milestone. So it's important to get this working, even though it's been taking some time. So that's going to be it for today. Tuned in a little early, so tune out a little early. Have some squash to go play. So thanks for watching. We'll be back next week to finish up this stuff and move on to some other things, most likely. And thanks for watching, and look forward to seeing your mods. Have a good day and have a great weekend. Bye.